but like the simp term, simps are only, for guys who don't have self-respect for themselves. They're simps are more of people pleasers amongst everyone. They're main people pleasers, especially towards women. Okay, some of y'all may know or may not know about this when it comes to women. Women are very manipulative and seductive in good and bad ways. There's so many different good ways, but let's talk about the bad. When I say bad, it's not like the worst. It's just how they can leverage it, leverage their looks, leverage, anything. So when it comes to that, it always resolves of getting their way. They have the looks, they got the tone, their tone of voice. So it always comes off as the innocent vibe. Even in high school, I used to see like the innocent or shy girls, this, that, and the third. Yeah, if it came to them high school dances, homecoming or prom, even if they wasn't like on the dance floor, but just like, yeah, you've been around them long enough, you like, oh, so you be doing this? Oh, not like, I remember one time I found something out, I was like, you know what? Can't look at you the same. And that's not in a negative way. It's just, well, know what type of time of year always on. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like an initiative type of deal. So that's why I'm like, when it comes to women, they can be very seductive and manipulating to a degree. Like, for example, for me personally, I know of a woman from my class. This was like junior high school. And she wanted me to do something. I didn't want to do it. I don't even remember what the heck it was. I don't remember what the favor was. But we was in class. It was most likely a free day. We was just chilling, vibing, and she wanted me to do something. And I look at her, I'm like, no. Like, I just look. I didn't tell her no, but in my head, I'm giving her that look, like I don't want to do it. And then she tried to like. So then, when the mind manipulation didn't work, it was the physical touch barrier. That's when it was like the real seduction. And I'm looking like no, because like if anything that turned me off real quick. That snapped me back to reality. Like, you should know, like, I'm not falling for that. Like, it's just not, like, you're not my girl. If it's not that mandatory, if it's not a part of my grade, if it, like, bro, under those two circumstances, bro, I'm not gonna do it if I really don't want to do it. If it ain't extra credit, like, no, I'm not doing it. It ain't nothing crazy. Ain't nothing personal. It's just business. Like I always say, it's just like, it is how it is. Like, there's nothing much else I could do. But they used to have this, I don't know if this still goes around, but like the simp term, simps are only, for guys who don't have self-respect for themselves. Simps are more of people pleasers amongst everyone. They're main people pleasers, especially towards women. You're supposed to be respectful towards women. You're supposed to be respectful, heartwarming, protective. Yes, you're supposed to be that, but usually you become a simp when women start kind of testing you or kind of trying to cross the lines or demanding you to do things like what? Like, like when my friend from high school asked me to do something, and I was like, no, I don't want to. Heck, even at certain times at work, like some of my, female coworkers, I'll just be like, I'll do it later or after I'm finished doing what I want to do, what I have to do in that moment. I have other tasks to do. If it's a lot that needs to get done, I'll do it later. Especially if we work in similar shift hours, like, I'll do that later. It's just like they try to test you. It's a part of natural, women's, intuition. It's really just a test. Sometimes they might feel some type of way, but they'll get over it. It's temporary. They just want to see if they can get their way with you. So they kind of just test it. And if it doesn't work, then they probably won't try again on you forever or for a long while. Especially the high school I went to, I just looked, I was like, man, I didn't care. Like, it wasn't gonna faze me. I stayed to myself. I did my own thing. I was in my own world, my own zone. Even in high school, I've expanded upon that now that I'm in college, but that's whatever. So like, as a guy, when it comes to women, you have to understand that they're gonna test you in ways. I always look at it like this. If you call a woman, most people text now, but like if you call and they don't answer, do not call them back. Don't even text them unless it's like really, really urgent. Don't call, don't text. Let them reach back out to you. And if they don't, you don't have to jump to conclusions and think, dang, she may not mess with me or she may not rock with me like that. I mean, you could think like that temporarily if she's like gonna ghost you, But it really depends on the previous interactions. You know, if the vibes were good, and then she probably just couldn't get back to you. I'm the type where if the vibes are good and she doesn't get back to me, I'm the type where I'm not even gonna bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you bring it up, then to her it's gonna signal like, oh, it meant that big of a deal to you. You know what I mean? And they can use that and twist it and manipulate you with it. Like, no, women are pretty much the artists of manipulation. Like I said, they know how to use it for good and bad. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, when something like that happens, you really don't want to bring it up right then and there. But it's like some people think, oh, if you bring it up, then that's what she'll think that I just said. But if you don't bring it up, you know, I can understand if you say, well, if you don't bring it up, what if she keeps doing it to you? And then in that case, you just gotta drop it. Like, cause I'm not the type that plays games. I don't like playing games with people. Games are for kids. If you're gonna play games, I will cut you off. I don't care. Man, woman, whatever. I will cut you off. Because we're too old to be playing games. Really. Even little kids shouldn't even be playing those kind of games, but just in general, games are for kids. So if you want to play that game, find someone else, because I will cut you off, for real. And then if you cut them off and stand on business 10 toes down, then they might be coming back to you because they realize you're not feeding into them. I'm telling you, this isn't all women. Certain women will go that length. Certain women will test you in that way. You know, it really depends. You know, women always want interest. They always want a journey. They want to, you know, kind of be entertained in some way. Every woman goes about it differently, but certain ones will gravitate towards that to test you, just to see what type of man that you really are. Do you hold how high level or high standard do you hold yourself? It's all a test. And you know what I mean? It's really a test. And I feel like that's where a lot of men get frustrated, because they always, you know, they go back to their homies. You know, they don't go to counseling or therapy. They go to the barbershop. That's where they talk out all their problems. Same with women. They go to the beauty salon or the nail shop. That's where they talk all their problems, because it's better and more entertaining than therapy, you know. But they talk about all their problems and you know, say how their man or their woman or this man or woman they're talking to is acting this, acting that way, acting funny. And they try to get their homeboys, the homegirls' opinions to see what to do or what the next step is or their thought process is. You know what I mean? It's trying to get, you know, it's like a bunch of different ideas, and you kind of gotta pick which one makes the most sense for your situation. It's just a bunch of reckless stuff. Like, it's crazy. But for real though, you need to just, honestly, when it comes to that, you know, it doesn't make women bad unless they're like just genuinely crazy and toxic and they will try everything to destroy your life. But other than that, on that level of crazy, it's more of just a challenge. Women want to challenge you. And it's good to challenge them. It's good for women to challenge you because it shows the type of person you are, what you can improve on, and, you know, what you stand for, you know. And I feel like if more men understand that, they'll understand what the woman is trying to get from them or what they're trying to see, and see if it's a perfect fit. I mean, it's a crazy way to go about it with the manipulation and the, you know, the seductiveness. But I mean, like I said, women are using their natural traits to their advantage. Men, we need to use our natural traits of being leaders and conquerors to our advantage, and know what to say yes to, what to say no to, what to, you know, go by, and what to kind of question on. You know, it's a test. Like, we have these traits, we need to know how to use them. So I feel like if men knew how to use them more, it wouldn't be as bad, and there will be less stress barber conversations in the shop, less cutting hair, more just women drama, you know what I mean? But that's the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. Also, make sure to turn on post notifications, that way you're notified every time I drop a video. Until next time, I'm gonna see you on the next one.